Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have my spooky TBR. So spooky season is upon us. I say that like I don't read spooky books all year round, but you know, it's good to read spooky books, especially in October around Halloween, so now is the perfect time to share with you guys some spooky books that I'm hoping to read soon. First book I have on my list is Catacomb by Madeleine Murray. This is the third book in the Asylum series. I really enjoyed the first two books. I listened to the audiobooks for them and they were really creepy and atmospheric, so if you're looking for a kind of spooky, creepy audiobook, I would definitely recommend those. Yeah, I would like to get to this book too. This is, as I said, the third book in the series, and I'd really like to get them physically and reread the whole series because, as I said, they're so creepy and I just really enjoy them. I know that they get kind of mixed reviews, but I personally really enjoy them and I don't see people talk about them on BookTube too much, so yeah, I'd like to get the physical copies and reread the first two and then get onto Catacomb because I just think these books are so creepy and perfect for spooky season. So the first classic I have is Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. I have never read Frankenstein and honestly I'm kind of a bit disappointed in myself because I like classics. I'm an English literature graduate and I've not read a lot of classics, and I don't like your standard classics. I'm not a big romance reader. Unless it's like fantasy or paranormal with romance in it, if it's just a romance book, I'm not usually a huge fan of it. I need other things in my books. But creepy classics, horror classics, I am shocked that I've not read more of them. So yeah, Frankenstein is a big one on my list for me to read around Halloween, so I'd really like to get to this one soon. Obviously it's a classic, everybody knows the general story of Frankenstein, but I would really like to finally read the original story and see what I think because I can't believe I haven't read it already. So on a similar note, I have Jekyll and Hyde. Again, can't believe I haven't read this already. This one I think I'll pick up very soon. This edition has... This is going to sound really stupid. So most classics have ridiculously small font and I'm dyslexic and I really struggle with tiny font. I can't read it. My brain I can't focus on a font that is that small. My brain just turns to mush. So the fact that this is a classic that has big font was so exciting to me. A lot of classics I end up having to read in ebook form because then I can change the font size. Like when I was a student, most of the classics that we had to read, I had to read on my iPad so that I could change the font size because if not I just can't read it. So yeah, I kind of went off on a tangent there, but I'm really excited that I have this copy with massive font. So, but yeah, classic creepy story, so I'm very excited for this one. So then I have a BookTube favourite, and that is The Diviners by Libba Bray. This is a book, as I said, that everybody and their mum on BookTube has read, and I'm super excited to finally get to it myself. It is on the longer side, especially compared to those two classics that I just showed you, but I'm very excited for this. I've heard some amazing things about it. People rave about it and say how amazing it is, so I'm hoping I will really enjoy it too. It sounds like it's going to be right up my alley. It's paranormal, it's set in the 20s. I think I'm going to really enjoy it, so hopefully I will love it as much as everybody else. So then I have another classic, and that is Bram Stoker's Dracula. I read about half of this when I was a kid. Well, I said a kid. I was about 13 maybe? I was about 13 maybe. And I read about half of it and then I ended up putting it down because the edition I had tiny font. Again, couldn't read it properly, so I got frustrated. The font in this one is also very small, but I'm going to try and push through because I want to finally read Dracula. It's a story that I reference so much because I know the general gist of obviously what happens in it because I read the first half and we talked about it at uni, but I want to finish it and actually read it all the way through because it's just a story, as I said, that I think about a lot and I want to be able to actually say that I read the whole thing, so I would like to get to this soon. Then I have Dracula, which is by the great-grand-nephew of Bram Stoker. So yeah, I'm so excited to get to this one and I would like to read these back to back so I can read Dracula and then read Dracula. So this is based on the missing 100 pages from the original manuscript of Dracula. Yeah, that just sounds amazing, and as I said, it's so cool that the author is actually like the great-grandnephew of Bram Stoker, so I'm beyond excited for this. I think it's going to be so cool. Would be amazing to read these two back to back and possibly vlog it, because it just sounds like so much fun. And Dracula's just a classic, and the concept that there is now like a sequel to Dracula based off of the original manuscript. Like, I didn't know until I bought this book that the original manuscript had 100 missing pages, and I'm intrigued. I'm so ready to find out what happens. So it's basically inspired by those missing 100 pages that obviously nobody knows what happened to them because they went missing, but the authors used the notebooks and journals of Bram Stoker to write this book. So I just think it's going to be amazing. I have such high hopes for this book. Then I have the Penguin Book of Ghosts. This is adorable. I bought this in a secondhand store and it's just so cute. But it basically has the whole of the UK and all of the ghost stories and paranormal happenings in those places. So it's like a ghost hunting manual, and I'm totally planning on bringing this with me to every trip I go on in the UK, so I can go and find those ghosts and experience those paranormal things for myself. Yeah, I would like to read through this at some point. I don't know if I'll actually read it in one go, like as if it was a novel, but I just thought I had to mention this because it's such a cool concept. And yeah, I'm going on a couple of trips around the UK at the end of the year, so I'd like to bring this along with me and see what ghosts I can find. So the next book I have is A Natural History of Ghosts by Roger Clark. So it's basically just full of ghost hunting evidence. There's case studies in here, there's academic studies that have been done into paranormal energy. So yeah, I'm very excited for this, and I think it'll be really interesting. It's something that I am personally really interested in, so I think I'll really enjoy it, and I would really like to read this around Halloween. I think that would be perfect. But yeah, very excited for this one. So then I have Forest of Souls by Laurie M. Lee. This is obviously a more recent novel. This is a paranormal fantasy, a duology. I think there's 2 books. But yeah, I would really like to get to this soon, and I have had it for ages and just for some reason haven't picked it up yet. But I feel like it's the perfect spooky fantasy to pick up around Halloween, so I think I'm going to really enjoy it. So our main character, Saoirse, basically brings somebody back to life, and I guess she didn't know she could do that, and now chaos probably is going to ensue because she's just brought someone back from the dead. Okay, so on another note, something that I find really funny about this book is the fact that the main character Saoirse's name is spelt like how you say Saoirse. It's not like the Irish Saoirse, it's literally spelt Saoirse. Like, I'm gonna put some like it's not spelled like the Irish Saoirse, it's spelled Saoirse, and that just makes me, I don't know, that makes me laugh. I'm easily entertained, I guess. But yeah, I'm very excited for this one. I think it's going to be really creepy, really spooky, and perfect for this time of year. The last book I have to share with you guys today is Hex by Thomas Oldehoevelt. This is a paranormal novel, as you can probably tell by the cover. This kind of reminds me of like a horror film cover, which is one of the reasons that I picked it up. But there is a ghost of a woman called the Black Rock Witch who has her eyes and mouth sewn shut. It sounds terrifying, so I think it would be perfect to scare the absolute bejesus out of me before Halloween. And yeah, and it's also blurbed by Stephen King, so it should be good. It should be good. But yeah, this seems really creepy and honestly kind of terrifying, so excited to get to this one. So those are all of the spooky books that I am hoping to get to. I don't think I will read all of these this year because I have already got massive TBRs for the next 3 months, but these are all the spooky books that I'm intrigued by and interested to read soon. So let me know if you guys have any recommendations for other spooky books that I should check out. Let me know if you've read any of these books and if you enjoyed them. Obviously don't spoil me, but let me know if you enjoyed them and what you thought. If you'd like to see future videos from me, definitely hit the subscribe button and you will see me in my next video. Bye guys.